Hi, welcome to the Emerge and NCB Capital Markets Make Money Moves Workshop audiobook. If you would like to download this audiobook, visit the link in the description. This presenter is Deborah Allen, and she will teach you how to invest with confidence. Enjoy!
Thank you. Thank you, Rochelle. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Leo, as Rochelle, I want you to just put down your knives and fork just for 1 second and really clap yourselves for being here. Clap yourselves for being here. You could have really been somewhere else. You could have really been at home watching Netflix at Lime Key. Thanks for coming, and thank you for coming. So as Rochelle said, how to make good choices and invest with confidence. Yeah, but can it turn around? Can it? How to invest with confidence. Thank you. But before we can invest with confidence, ladies and gentlemen in the room, we need to know the principles of investing. Because I'm sure we've heard about stocks and bonds and NCB, of course, and all these other stocks on the stock market. But you can't invest confidently unless you know the principles of investing. When investing, you should ensure there are 90 companies on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. You should ensure, and not all of them are equal, you should ensure that the company that you want to invest in, you should ensure it's an established company and has a history of successful operation. Not somebody that's trying to do something, not a company that has said, oh, everybody's doing an IPO, I want to do an IPO too. No. It needs to be an established company and has a history of successful operation. The company needs to have a solid management team. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to look at the directors. Go on Google. Everything is on Google. Look at the directors. Who are the directors? What are their values? What are their attitudes? What are their morals? It's all there. The company should demonstrate mastery of the many steps between the creation of the product and service and the final delivery of the product to the consumer. In other words, the product life cycle. The company should demonstrate mastery from inception of the product or service to the final consumer. The company should also be comfortable with complexity and uncertainty. Everybody knows about the Wigton IPO. Did everybody hear about Wigton? Yes. We just had that IPO. And ladies and gentlemen, my boss, I should just put his name right here. He loves change and adversity. He sees it as an opportunity. So those are the things they look at. And he's always, in the media and in the paper, so you can read about it. It's not like back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, where everything was in a vault, everything was hidden. Everything is in the paper. The Wednesday paper, the Friday paper, the Sunday paper. It's all there. He came up with Go IPO, which allows you to go online and sign up. So for those internet savvy who can just go online, and the older ones, we guided them through the process. But he loves that kind of thing. And that's why I love working with NCB, because my boss is really a visionary, and he sees change as an opportunity. He sees challenges, he gets excited. We're like, no, but we like the farm way, where they just fill out the farm. And he says, no, we're going with the future. He also wants to look at the core values of the company. Whether it's honesty, integrity, trust, innovation, you want to look at the core values. All companies have core values. It's on their mission statement. It's all there. The company should also have a solid growth plan. Are they planning to export? Because, ladies and gentlemen, you have a lot of companies now seeing this IPO thing as, oh, I can get the capital investment and I can build my building. And they have no intention of doing anything further than building this new building. You want to know, are you planning to export? How do they plan to expand the business? Again, the prospectus. Before you invest in any IPO, read the growth plan. The growth plan. Because sometimes it really does come with 100 pages. And Jamaicans don't really like to read. So what really happens is the clients go, yes, I want it. I said, did you read the prospectus? And they go, no, it's 100 pages. So what we have done now is our research team and our analysts have condensed the prospectus to something that's 4 pages with the key points, the mission, the objective, the values, the objectives, and how they're going to expand the business. Any company that you invest in, if you don't answer this question, and the very first question is, are they an established company? That's the first question. Are they established? What is the core values? And how do they plan to expand the business? Another principle in investing, I guess Miss Denise mentioned it. Oh, there she is. What is the financial health of the company? So earlier, I know I heard Rochelle talking about our financial health, what is your net worth. Guys, very, very interested in that net worth exercise. I did it a couple years ago and I did shame. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. When you do it, shame. But anyway, that was 5 years ago. Better now. So we look at what is the financial health of the company. Does the company publish audited financials? And ladies and gentlemen, you need to know that they have audited and unaudited financials. Don't let them trick you. Ask to see or look for the audited financials. You also want to, and again, everything is published. It's not like when my father was investing where everything was in a vault. You had to depend on your wealth advisor. You have to depend on your investment banker. Ladies and gentlemen, those days are done. 1 second. Those days are done. Everything is there. There's Yahoo Finance that you can jump on. There's Bloomberg. There's John Jackson's IC Insider. I used to watch that every night when I went home. Because John Jackson is a stalwart. I just born. Well, not really, but, you know, these guys have been in it. So you want, even though you have your friends that are investment savvy, you want to also do the research yourself. There's a word my father says all the time, Lord of mercy. Research. Research things yourself. Everything is there. Google. You don't need a pass, you don't need a keyword. Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg, IC Insider. You want to look at what is the ratio of the company's assets to its debt. Assets to debt ratio, I won't go too deep, but just look at, just know a healthy asset to debt ratio is 2 to 1. Generally, for all industries, 2 to 1. Okay, so when looking at your financial goals, as we've all said, we look at your objectives. They need to be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. You also need to look at your risk appetite. So when investing, you have conservative, moderate, and aggressive investments. Everybody's different. You need to decide what your risk appetite is and how you want to invest. You also need to have the timelines. Looking at your financial goals, you need to have the timelines that you'd like to achieve your financial goals. You also want to make a blueprint of what you want your financial health to look like for the next 5 to 10 years. Not December 2019, 5 to 10 years. Erin, I heard you mention earlier that you know. No, not that part. You're saying that you wish, a lot of clients know, they all say, even myself, I wish I had started earlier. Yeah. I mean, if I knew what I knew now, I would build a time machine and go back and invest. But that's fine. What we need to do is start investing now. We're all still young. Nobody's a walking sick. You're not retiring tomorrow. You can start now. It's not too late. We also need to be consistent, patient, and disciplined. Investing, ladies and gentlemen, is for the long term. Long term. You want to avoid flat years where you're not doing anything at all. You've got the bonus and you say, yes, Dubai. So you don't want to avoid, I mean, include entertainment income, but don't have a whole year where you just get away. As everybody doing this handbag thing now. What's your name? Tory Burch. I don't even know who she is. Everybody have this Tory Burch bag on hand. Who is this girl? Who is she? And it's not cheap. It's not cheap. I'm going to buy one still, but anyway. Avoid flat years. Try. It's not because I'm hearing some things that you couldn't avoid that. Try and avoid major life disruptions. Stay the course. There are certain things that we couldn't anticipate. You didn't anticipate your shoulder, and that's why you have the emergency fund, and that's where the insurance comes in. So you prepare so these things shouldn't hit you. You shouldn't be scrambling. You should be as best as possible, because some things like you wouldn't know. So as best as possible, avoid major life.
What is a flat here?
We're not investing. You just get away. Get away. Get away. When you get your dividend payments, you reinvest it. So, I know I've talked about NCB. So just some other good stocks to buy. You have NCB, of course. That's Grace Kennedy. There's also Kingston Wharves. And another one that a lot of people don't really pay attention to is Panjam. Because, guys, success leaves clues. I talk to them. I don't want to hear about Instagram. I say, Mr. Sir, how you achieve all of this? And if you talk to all of them, they all have at least 3 out of the 4. They all have, so there's 1, there is pension, there is investing, there is real estate, and there's owning your own business. So they don't have all 4, but successful people have at least 3 out of the 4. And the maximum real estate properties that they have as passive income is 4. Now, Panjam owns avenues. That whole avenue, Knutsford Boulevard, they own all those buildings and they lease them out. Except for which one? No, yeah, that's true. That wasn't on it. And they also own the Marriott hotels. They own a lot of the buildings on downtown, that hit strip, Oceanic Boulevard. So all those buildings, they also own the Air Jamaica building. Commercial real estate. Thank you. So what happened with commercial real estate? Quick example, a friend of mine brought a property, lovely 2-bedroom apartment for $18 million. This is like 3 or 4 years ago, because they just had Khaleesi. 3 years ago, this apartment was $18 million. Now, when I'm looking on the market for apartments of that size, with that square foot, those apartments, brand new, are now $30 million. I said, gee. And when she bought it for the 18, I was like, but where would the first apartment be for 80? Now I'm looking, searching for something that is 18. Like a thief searching like Google for the $17 million apartment. 2 years ago, the stock price for NCB was $70. Now it's $170. And God knows where it's going to be. We don't have a crystal ball. When you find it, give it to me. We don't know where it's going to be the next 5 years. But I can tell you this. I am now kicking myself that I didn't buy it at that $70. And I bought it at $140. So it's better to start now and not come back here 5 years from now when the dollar is now 200 or 250. And you're going, boy, it's true, the girl in the blue dress did say it, So, you really want to, don't worry about the daunting. We are here to guide you and to help you. Not a problem. And one last point I want to give is, guys, you don't have to have this $1 million. Or start with what you have. You can start with $10,000. Put $10,000 down every month. Consistent, disciplined, and one other thing. Thank you. You are reading. Sure. That's right. Right, so you just want to start. The most important thing is to start. $10,000, even 5. Just get started. So, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for having me. I hope I was clear. Oh, it's finished. I really hope I was clear, and I will leave some cards here at the front.